Okay, now the chords of this song mostly are very simple. Obviously, when the flamenco lick in the beginning, that run, there's no chords there. But it's based on the E minor. It starts out with that E minor chord, and then the lick comes in. So when the melody comes in, that's E minor. Stays on E minor. Now B7. All right, so that B7 comes in. Now, if you're listening closely to the bass line, when that B7, the inversion is the first inversion of a B7. You don't have to play it on the guitar, but the bass player plays the third of the chord in the bass, the D sharp. So it's like. That's just for informational purposes. You don't have to do that. You can just play a B7. Now this is the open B7. You can play that one if you're comfortable with it. The open B7 is second finger on the 5th string, 2nd fret. First finger on the 1st fret of the 4th string. Then the 3rd finger, ring finger, on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. The B string, 2nd string is open, and then the pinky is on the 2nd fret of the 1st string. Okay? Now you might know this B7th. You can play that B7 too. That's totally fine. If you're just more comfortable with that B7, you can do that, which is the bar B7th. Now the other B7, if you want to play it when you play with the D sharp and the bass, there's a couple of ways to play it, but really I think the most accessible one would be, here's my B chord. I'm going to put it here. Here's my B, D sharp in the bass, and then I'm going to put this flat 7 here. Like that. So that's putting the A here. That's my sound for that. If you want to use that inversion of the B7, that's fine too. Okay, so those are the chords for the melody. Very simple. Now, when it comes into this section, that goes down in whole steps. It starts out with E minor. So D major, C major, B7, back to the E minor, back to the melody. And you're back to that section, okay? That's the whole song. When you listen to the original track, after this part, when he comes back in with the melody, the bass line changes there. So it's totally fine to play it the same way with just the E minor the whole time and then the one change to B7. But really what's happening there, and it's a little more complex, so if you can't play these chords, it's not a big deal, don't worry about it. But if you want to throw that in, it's like this. It starts E minor here. It goes like this. So that's how that goes. It ends up being the same, but the first two measures, we go E minor, like here, for this bass note. Then we go to E flat augmented, which is this. That's the 3rd finger on the 7th fret of the 5th string, the 2nd finger on the 5th fret of the 4th string, and then the bar, the 3rd and 2nd string with my 1st finger on the 4th fret. That's an E flat augmented, so we go here. The bass line's doing this. So we E minor, E flat augmented, and then a G chord with a D in the bass. That's, okay? All right, so G with the D in the bass. Then we have what's called a D flat half diminished, or a D flat minor 7 flat 5. That's this. So that's 1. First finger on the index finger on the 4th fret of the 5th string, ring finger on the 5th fret of the 4th string, middle finger on the 4th fret of the 3rd string, and pinky finger on the 5th fret of the 2nd string. Okay, that's that chord, D flat half diminished. And then we're going to keep everything and just move the 1st finger down 1 fret to the 3rd fret. That's C major 7. So it's, now the rhythm is this: ba, 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 like that. Da, 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 like that. One more time. Ba, 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 ba. Okay? It's E minor, flat augmented, G with a D in the bass, D flat minor 7 flat 5, C major 7th. Again, you don't have to do that. You could just keep it E minor, but if you listen to the original track, you'll hear the bass line going that way. So the rhythm, when you're playing this song, it's simple. Just down, down, up, down. You could do that, or you could do down, up, down, down, up, down, or just down, up, down. However, whatever works for you. It's you know, kind of a slow song with not anything specific for a rhythm, so you can kind of make up your own as long as it's in time. You can use my suggestions, but mainly you just want to have something that's in time, that's going to sound good with whoever's playing the melody.